And the reason I call it unclutter is because you can actually cooperate with chaos. So this one comes down to another acronym I love to use. There's 4 phases of life that people go through. And especially your listeners in South Africa are going to resonate with this one because they're in chaos right now. Yeah. A lot of them are in chaos. And the reason people struggle is they try to resist chaos. They try to say it's not happening, it's not right. But if you understand, chaos is natural. And here's why I say that. As human beings, we are meant to evolve. And chaos comes into our life as a way to evolve. So I use another acronym, the acronym of OPEN, to describe the 4 phases that we're always going through. The O stands for observation phase. This is the time to create, meditate, put dream boards together, vision boards together. Ask yourself, what would I absolutely love to do, have, or be? This is a time to be in that creative space. So when you are switching from one thing, from acting to singing to producing, when you're doing your switching, you're going into observation phase. You're full on in that observation phase going, this is amazing. This is something new. I'm ready. I'm learning. I want to know how it works. Okay. So observation phase is where you create. The P stands for pamper phase. And this is the phase that most people, especially entrepreneurs, they skip this phase or they don't utilize this phase. And it's the exact reason why they sabotage their success. See, in the pamper phase, this is about taking care of you. This is about what do you enjoy. So when you enter a pamper phase, that's the time to go on a holiday. Or if you can't go on a holiday in that moment, you plan a holiday. You go for a massage. You go get a haircut, get a manicure, get a pedicure. If you love to read, you sit down and read, maybe only for 20 minutes. So the reason you do the pamper phase is because again, it's something I said earlier, you cannot give what you don't have. See, when I'm training on stage, Nick, I'm on stage for 3 to 5 days in a row, up to 12 hours a day. So if I don't take care of me, which I didn't in the beginning, that's why I got burnt out. That's why I herniated my disc and had to go through 2 back surgeries, is I was skipping the pamper phase. I was over living my passion. I was only at home 2 days per month because I was training so much. Sure. And so the pamper phase is critical. It's critical. And it can be something as simple as I have an app on my phone called Calm, C-A-L-M. And I use the free version because on the free version, I can sit down, turn on the sound of rain, which I love, and I'll take 20 minutes just to listen to rain because it takes about the first 5 to 10 minutes for my mind to quiet down, for me to become present, and to relax. And I rejuvenate. So a pamper phase doesn't even have to be long. And a guilty secret of why I travel around the world. People have asked me, they say, Robert, why do you fly 200,000 miles a year around the world? Why are you willing to hop on a plane for a 12, 14-hour, 16-hour flights? And one of the reasons is because I love experiencing culture all over the world. Yeah. But the other reason, the moment I sit in my seat on that plane, Nick, that's my time. I don't connect to Wi-Fi. I don't pull up my work to do work. I read because I love to read. I watch movies because I love my movies. I sleep, I have some good meals, and I drink some good wine. That's my time because I know the moment I land for the next 3 to 5 days, I'm busy, busy, busy. So I'm very conscious to take care of me. Make sense? Yeah. The E stands for energy. This is the time to get stuff done. This is the time to be productive, to write, to do emails, to carry through on what you said you're going to get done. I can put it in, when I'm in an energy phase, I can do an 18, 20-hour day. And I don't get burned out because I've been taking care of myself in the pamper phase. So the energy phase is where you are putting the nose to the grindstone and being productive. That's very important. Then the final phase, the N actually is for unclutter phase, or another name is chaos. See, now the reason I call it unclutter is because in the chaos phase, Nick, this is where you actually courageously, and I want everybody to listen to my words, Courageously destroy something. And here's what I mean by that. See, when you come into the uncluttered phase, the chaos phase, this is the time to destroy something that's not serving you. It could be a business or personal relationship that just isn't working, but maybe you hang on to it, thinking it'll turn around. This is the time to let that relationship go, destroy the relationship. This is the time to, maybe you want a new vehicle, but until you get rid of the old vehicle, you can't have the new vehicle. By courageously volunteering to destroy something. Could be something as simple as you look in your refrigerator, you open it up and you're like, you know, there's probably some food in there I should get rid of. And you clean it out, you'll unclutter the refrigerator. You're showing the universe that you're willing to unclutter and you're volunteering to do that. I come into my office every couple of weeks and I'll go, time to unclutter. Now when chaos comes into my life, it doesn't come in with such intensity because I'm voluntarily destroying things consistently in my life. One of the biggest things that you can destroy is a non-supportive belief. So your listeners in South Africa, that our currency is bad, there's no work, there's nothing I can do about it. Let that shit go. Destroy that belief. And the best way to do it is proving. And so I would turn around and say, you know what? I just got some tips from listening to Robert and Nick. I'm gonna become a virtuoso. I'm gonna ask myself what I enjoy, and I'm gonna find somewhere where can I start learning how to make money doing that. And I'm gonna just start. Because now you destroy that belief that's been holding you back. And the moment you do, it puts you right back into the observation phase. And so those are the 4 phases.
So these 4 phases, what is the timeline for it? Is there like a specific?
No.
With everyone, is it different?
It's different, and every part of your life can be in a different part of the phase. Your personal relationship might be in the pamper phase when your business career is in the energy phase. And maybe your health is in the observation phase. So you can transition. You have no control from when you go from one phase to the other. And so here's what I like to say to people. Instead of being willing to live life, I want you to be willing to courageously allow life to live you. Now, there is a way you can kind of get an idea of what phase you might be in. And so I want your listeners to visualize, especially if they're doing this just audio, they're not watching. And I want you to picture a straight horizontal line. And on that horizontal line, let's go into music terms, there's a nice wave, an energy wave that starts off on the line, goes up, comes down through the line, goes under it, like, a dip, and then starts coming back up to the line. So just one bump up, one bump down, the beginning and the end touching the line. Okay, so there's this nice little sound wave. Now, where is touching the line at the beginning? That's number 1. The top of the first of the peak is number 2. From the top of the peak to the bottom, it goes 3, 4, 5. The bottom is 6, and coming back up is 7. And so what happens is, I would have someone visually put that out in front of them. And I'd say, pick an area of your life right now. And so, Nick, let's talk about, let's go to, what's one area of your life you'd like to know kind of where you're at? What would be one area?
Right now.
Yeah, right now.
Well, it's kind of hard to answer that because over the last few months, especially this year, there's a lot of stuff that's been going on personally.
Absolutely. So, okay, so let's take your life overall. Right now, would you say you're a 1, kind of at the line, or are you at the 2, or you are at 3, 4, or 5? Things seem to be kind of going downhill. 6, you're kind of rock bottom, or 7, you're coming out from being rock bottom. If you were to choose a number, which number?
I think it's just coming out of rock bottom.
So 7.
Yeah.
Perfect. See, what you just told me for your overall life, if you picked a 1 or a 7, you're in the observation phase. The 2, you're in the pamper phase. This is the time to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Okay? 3, 4, 5, that's the energy phase. That's the get stuff done phase. And the 6 is the unclutter phase, the chaos. So because you're in the 7, you know you're now in the observation phase. This is the creativity time. So this is the time to say, what kind of book would I like to write? What kind of life would I like to have? Where, what kind of lifestyle? What kind of home? This is the time to just really spend time looking at what you would love to have in your life.
Catch full episodes of Into the Muse on Spotify, Anchor FM, and Apple Podcasts. Into the Muse on Spotify, Anchor FM,